Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video on things that I have just been really loving in college lately. I guess they're kind of like college essentials, but mainly just in the past couple of months what I have been really appreciating. Also, quick shout out to the natural lighting I'm using. Actually this is just my dorm. Oh look, mess, just kidding. What? My life is put together. So starting off with something that's probably not a surprise, just because I'm sure everyone would love this, but it is a portable speaker. This is just a Bose one. I'm not exactly sure of the style, but I would just say any Bluetooth speaker is gonna be your best friend. The next kind of like technology thing, electronic, I don't know, is a portable charger. This is just a Mophie one, but this is good enough for me. I'm sure if you're going on like traveling or something, you might want a bulkier one, but just for walking around college, this is great because my phone, the battery's messed up. It'll go from like 60 to 2% in literally a minute. So the battery's really messed up, so this is nice because if you're out and about and your phone freaks out and dies, you have this to save you. The next couple things are all kind of grouped together with like warm things because right now it is, I mean, literally below freezing out. It's been in like the 1 digits the past couple of days, and normally like that's fine if you're in high school, you know, you're only outside like when you have to be. Well, when you're in college you have to walk to your classes and you can't bike because the roads are icy and you don't want to die. So I've been walking everywhere and it's freezing, literally. So I'm just going to throw in some things that I've been really appreciating for the warm months. The first thing is wool socks. I'm wearing a pair right now. Hey, they're from Costco. These ones are from, I think, Target, and they're great. I would recommend just any wool sock. Next is beanies. They're both great for when you're not going to shower and for the cold weather. I'll just throw up, you know, I have this one, I got this one, that one, got a black one, a blue one, a green one. Oh, this is like the typical winter looking one. Oh, I got another green one, but it's a little bit of a different green. I think those are all the ones that I brought to college. So, you know, just a couple beanies. In the cold weather, especially having a shaved head, this part of my head gets significantly colder than the other parts. The next thing is just kind of like sweatshirts. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that's kind of like a no-brainer, but I really like them. I'm wearing one now. It has a skull on it. You can't really tell. But these two I actually got sent by a company called Shein. So I'm not necessarily sponsored. I'm not getting paid or anything. They just sent me their 2 sweatshirts and they wanted me to just kind of talk about them in a video if I liked them. And I actually really did. So I got 2 sweatshirts. They have a bunch of stuff on their website, like clothes, chokers, purses, shoes. So I got this sweatshirt that's kind of like tie-dyed. I don't know, it's just really nice. It's a hoodie. And then I got this one when I wore it. I've worn both of these already, but I need to wash them. Yeah, but when I wore this, I got a bunch of compliments on it. So this is kind of what it looks like. It is striped, kind of. It has like an asymmetric style to it, which I really like. But it has one of those necks that's a little bit more bulkier in the front, if that makes sense. So it's kind of nice, and then it does have a hood, but yeah, the neck is kind of longer, so it's kind of like a built-in scarf almost. And yeah, I've got them both in medium just because I like my sweatshirts baggy, but I could have even probably gotten a small, but I'm not sure if they'll shrink or not, so I just like them bulky. But yeah, if you want, I will have links to both of these in the description to like individual sweatshirts, because if you go on their website, there is hundreds of stuff to choose from, so I'll just have the direct links so you can find it easier. Continuing on with the cold stuff, mittens or gloves, some sort of hand protectors. People are walking around without gloves on and I don't get how, because my hands like turn white and I can't feel them. So these babies have been great. I think I got these from Target how many years ago. I used to just keep these in my car when I drove, but now I keep them with me all the time because like I'm that weirdo that I'll just be walking to like get dinner and I like quick put on my gloves for the 2 seconds you'll be outside. I don't know, I just love them. They're super easy, and mittens is nice because you can just kind of like bunch up your hand so then you don't use any of this, but so you put your hand in a little fist and then it looks really dumb but your hands are all warm in there. So this is called a buff, and it's basically like a tube, and they have all sorts of designs. I got a black one because, I mean, it's me, but it has some sort of design, so I'm kind of getting out of the box. I used it yesterday when I had to walk at like 8 p.m. at night, and that was like the worst idea I've ever had. But I just put it around. Well, I guess I can show you. So if you're one of those people that just wants, okay, I can't rock this style, so I'm gonna look ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know how people wear this and like look normal. I'm like, but you can use it as just kind of like an ear warmer or a headband if you wanted to put it underneath your hair and like wear your hair in a ponytail. But what I use mine for is either just a straight up kind of scarf, but the nice thing is it's not as bulky as a normal scarf. I don't know if you can hear me with this on. I wore it like this. I was wearing my glasses, but if I wasn't, I'd bring it up all the way to my nose. I wore it like this. Now I know some people don't like it because when you do breathe, it kind of creates precipitation and it kind of gets a little wet. I know it's kind of weird to say, but if that does happen, then I'll just kind of take my nose out and breathe with my nose, or kind of just go like this so I can still breathe. But it's really nice. I actually found it very helpful last night when I had to wear it. Okay, we're now moving away from winter gear. These are two things. I'll show you this first. So this is a mug, but it's a little bit bigger than a mug, and I recommend, like, in dorms you don't have a lot of space and you can't have that much crap. So I recommend something like this. That's kind of an oversized mug. Obviously it's Spider-Man, because who doesn't like Spider-Man? Oh, I'm like falling down. Hold on, let me situate myself. Oh, has that been showing the whole time? Just pretend it hasn't. But yeah, I will drink tea in this, or I will use it as a bowl. So I like pour milk and cereal in there, or whatever you want, and just eat it, you know, like you do. But it's nice just because this is multi-purpose, because it can be used for a cup or a bowl. And to go with my bowl cup thing, I have these. These are really good. If you don't get anything out of this video, get these. So I got these both from REI. They're from different brands. This is Light My Fire, and this is Sea to Summit. So this is the one that I probably use the most, just because it's the easiest. It has a spoon, fork, and knife. I don't know if you can tell. That kind of has a jagged edge. It's kind of like a knife. I've never had to use the knife end. But it's great because if you are eating cereal, it has a spoon end. Or if you use a knife, like if I get my food to go and I brought like some fruit home, I'll just use the knife to eat that. I think I talked about these in my college haul, so if you saw that, you already know about these. But it has individual knife, spoon, fork. So this is more if you're planning on having like a full-blown meal. I mean, I doubt you'd have a full-blown meal in a dorm. But yeah, I'd say if anything, get this, just because it's less to worry about. But if you like having individual things, or if you are having multiple people over and you want different sets, I would say this. The next thing is this. It's not a necessity, but I really like it. This is a Bath & Body Works wallflower. You can't burn candles in your dorm. I mean, I'm sure you could, but it's frowned upon. So this you just plug in, and these little things last a month. The scent I have in there is like mahogany apple or something. It's great. I like man scents. Yeah. The one I had in this before was flannel, and that's by far the best scent. It kind of comes around like fallish winter. I don't know if they still have it. I got this like a month ago. These things are like, I don't know, I got it when they were on sale, and they last a month. So candles don't last a month. They last a couple hours. So I don't know why you wouldn't use these. The next thing is this. I don't want to show you what's in it because it's like a bunch of my hair and stuff, so gross, because like after I shave it, you know, whatever. But a vacuum. This isn't, again, a necessity, but I've found it to be very helpful. The main thing is for bugs. When I see a spider on the wall, you just... and bam, the spider's gone. The next thing is this. This is a diffuser. I don't have water in it, so I don't know if it's gonna work. I got this from Amazon. I had one from Young Living, but it just died on me one day. And this was like 12 bucks, and it's the best 12 bucks. I live in Colorado, and it's very dry here, at least compared to Minnesota. So I put this right on a thing next to my like head where I sleep, and it is both a diffuser and a humidifier. I've also been sick the past week, so I put in some essential oil that's supposed to help with sickness. It's called Thieves, and I diffused that, and not only did it help with like the dry air, because when you have a cold, like a sore throat, dry air is the worst to deal with. So this is nice, and it also diffuses, so it can make your room smell good, or if you want to use different oils for different reasons. So it does have a light function. I'm just going to go through all of them. And then it has the mist option, but like I said, there's no water. I don't know if you can... Yeah, there's no water. I'm going to turn it off. That's probably not healthy. I don't know. This thing's been great. Like I said, it's 12 bucks. If you don't use oils, I just use tap water in it. And sometimes I don't use oils every night. Sometimes I'll just humidify it. So if you live in a dry state, country, region, get one of these. Ugh. The exact opposite, it's still plugged in, is a fan. This dries out the air. It's nice because I like to sleep with some sort of noise, so I like this noise going when I'm sleeping. You know, it cancels out all your thoughts of like, why am I here? I'm failing all my classes. No one likes me. All those thoughts are gone with this. So don't worry about it at night. And also, if you don't have AC in your dorm, I do, but in my room it barely works, so awesome. During those warmer seasons, or if your dorm's just hot or something, this can be nice too. I mean, obviously get a fan, but like I almost didn't, and I'm so glad I did. Kind of going on with the dry weather, I have this Eucerin. I've had this tub for at least 3 years, and it's barely even used. Can you see that? Look it. It's barely even used. I showed this to my cousin, and now he's hooked. I've been using this ever since I was a kid. I don't know what it's made of. It's unscented. I use this for so many things. I will cake it on my lips right before I go to bed some nights because my lips get super dry, and I will just pack it on. And it's white, so you look horrible. But you wake up and your lips, I swear, if you ever get those so chapped lips where they hurt, my cousin had that, and I was like, put this on. He's like, why? And I was like, do it. And he did, and he's like, oh my gosh, it already feels better. And I was like, you're welcome. I'll put on my cuticles too right before I go to bed. That way I'm not touching anything, and it really helps because at least my cuticles are dry, and I bite my nails, so I get like hangnails and stuff, and all gross. So those are really the only two things I use it for. I think I've put it on my elbows before, my knees or something weird, like, who am I? They also make Aquaphor, which I know I use for my tattoos. That's a clear stuff. It is not the same, let me tell you. It's great for tattoos, but I've used it for my lips, and it's gross, it's clear, it's more like greasy. This is more like thick. I like this stuff. And like I said, you don't need the giant tub, but I have it, and it's gonna last me probably till I die. And there's no expiration date, okay? So don't tell me it's gross that it's a couple years old and I've barely even like made a dent in it. There's no expiration date. I am fine. So thank you guys so much for sticking around, and I'm sorry for just kind of the lack of videos and kind of video quality lately. But I'm trying my best, and I found a setup because I didn't like my setup before. I think this is pretty good. The only problem is I have to film during the day, otherwise it's going to be that weird orange lighting. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!